Alright guys, here is one of the craziest challenges we've had in a while. Well, not as crazy as that bloody puddle stinger we had like a week or two ago, but I'd say it's pretty much up there. So this challenge has it all. It has RNG, it has a lot of trial and error, full monkey knowledge is required, and so I think I also enjoyed every second of beating this challenge, of figuring out how to beat this challenge, and so here's how to do it. Alright, so the start is very simple. We start with our free dart monkey, and that specific positioning is important for the dart because we need to utilize basically every single shot that it does and the pierce of it. I think there's monkey knowledge that increases the pierce of the dart monkey, but don't quote me on this one. And so we set it to last, and it's gonna target every single lane, and we are basically utilizing the pierce as best as we can of the dart monkey. And next we go into a ninja, and the ninja's upgrades go 001 into 201, and then we start saving up for pet. So keep in mind that you can lose on these early rounds due to RNG. Even if you do everything the same, you can still lose. That's just the way this challenge goes, but you should be fine with the mana shield. Now, the way that these early rounds go, make sure to use Pat's ability on rounds 21 just to prevent losing some lives, and then on the purples on 25 as well, and then get a 301 ninja as soon as possible and start to farm with 200 farm. So the next thing that we're saving up for is a 401 ninja into a 300 alchemist in the close proximity of the ninja. You'll see soon where it's placed, and then buy the Caltrops upgrade on the ninja. Getting Caltrops for round 38 is very important because there are two ceramics, and the ceramics are very hard to beat in this challenge, as you'll see later on. And make sure to use Pat's ability as well on 38 for the cerams, and you should have also a heli pilot up by then. So in the upcoming rounds there is no RNG. The next thing that you're gonna be getting is a 020 heli, and then start saving up some cash. So at around 40 you should have about 2.6k, and the amount of cash that you're gonna see that I have in the run in which I beat round 40 is gonna be different than this one. That's because that's footage from a different run, but I'm still doing everything the same, and it took me a lot of tries, and it's gonna take you guys a lot of tries as well, I think, to get to beat round 40. But basically you do it like this. So we need a 030 heli because we can barely deal with, as you saw in round 38, we barely dealt with 2 ceramics, let alone 4. So we need a downdraft heli, that's a 030 heli. And so as you can see here, I'm microing the heli to get as much damage on the Moab as possible. And now we need Pat to basically knock back the Moab at least once, but preferably twice. And so mid-round we sell the alchemist and buy a downdraft heli, and basically we pray. Yeah, that's the advice I got, honestly. Like, I don't know, this is a lot of RNG, the Bloons are very fast, and expect to die a lot on this round. I decided to cut the video a bit short. There are 16 rounds missing, and that's because there is nothing happening in those rounds. I basically rebought the alchemist that we sold for round 40, so I got him up to 400. I got a village and upgraded to 002. Got a 202 super, and after that I started farming. So those 2 farms that you see are 300 farms. And also a tip that I got for you for the 40s is to use Pat's ability whenever you see a ceramic bloon. So 43, 47 and 49, and skip 46. There are ceramics in 46 as well, but don't use the ability then because you can handle those pretty easily. And that's it. I don't have footage of me beating round 63 because I restarted a couple of times and forgot to hit record on the attempt that I actually beat the round, but it's one of the hardest rounds. Make sure to always be ready to restart, and I sold both of my farms for Sun Avatar, and that's about it. I didn't use any abilities. I didn't use Pet's ability on 63. I saved it. Maybe I should have done that, but still, you can only clear one wave with it, so it's kind of whatever, I guess. But it's a pretty tight round, and make sure to always be ready to restart on that one. So something that I'm doing and you guys should definitely not do is to buy the boomerang that I just did. I realized soon after buying the boomerang that the problem in this challenge were actually the Moab class Bloons, which have increased HP, and the ceramics, which are also very tough to beat. So the boomerang is not gonna kinda help in either of those, and so I decided to sell it and get a 203 super, which did wonders, especially on round 75. The next thing that I'm gonna buy is a Sabo Ninja, and I'm gonna use the ability on the second wave of cerams. So the first wave isn't that much of a problem, but the second wave, it kinda comes on top of each other with the BFB, and I didn't know this at the time, but it kinda turned out well. So use the ability on the second wave of cerams, which are the camo ceramics, and you should be totally fine on 78. And then it's basically the challenge is over right now. Use the Sabo again for round 80, use Pat's big squeeze to get rid of the ZOMG, and then use his ability and the Sabo for the BFBs, and that's it, GG.